G'day and welcome to another edition of Hef's Beer Reviews. Today I'm reviewing this beer here. It comes from the Cascade Brewery in Tasmania in Australia, and it is Cascade Origin Premium Source Lager. It's only been out for a few months. I'm keen to try it. We haven't had a new Cascade beer for a long time. If you are a person who is or was in Australia in the 1990s, you might remember, like I do, what the beer scene was like back then. If you're on a budget and you're in New South Wales and you were drinking Tooheys Red or Resch's Real, your standard occasion beers, your kind of mid-range, you were looking at Tooheys Draft, as it was back in those days. Tooheys New now, of course, or VB, maybe Resch's Pilsner if you were mixing it up. But if it was a special occasion, then you were drinking one of the premium lagers. Back then, there were four of them. We had Crown Lager from CUB, which I reviewed a couple of years ago. You can still get it. All malt and Pride of Ringwood hops. The other three were all Australian, but they were more European or German in style. You had Hahn Premium, which was using Pride of Ringwood for bittering, but Hersbrucker later in the boil. And that also had cane sugar. That wasn't all malt. You had Boag's Premium, which you can still get, but that's down to 4.6% these days. I'm not 100% sure what hops they use in that one. But you also had Cascade Premium Lager. Cascade Premium was my favourite out of those four. Came in a green bottle, but it was quite short in terms of the body, and then it had a reasonably long, narrow neck on it. Tasmanian Tiger on the label, beautiful looking bottle. Hersbrucker was the hops that they used, delicious beer. And then early in the 2010s, some moron in Cascade decided that they needed to change the hops. They stopped using Hersbrucker. They started using a Tasmanian hop, summer hops. The beer was never the same. They dropped the ABV to 4.5%. And of course, who would have predicted that not long after doing that, the beer was discontinued, sales plummeted. So this is, I'm assuming, the replacement. Green bottle once again. We don't have the Tasmanian Tiger on the label, but we do have it there on the bottle cap. Made with the crisp waters of Mount Wellington. It's a 375ml bottle. We're only at 4.5%, so 1.3 standard drinks. Not sure what hops they use, but I'm guessing it is the summer hop. Enough of that. Let's crack it open. Not a twisty, but it did turn there. Interesting. Not much of a hiss. And we'll pour it out into this premium beer glass, which, funnily enough, I've had since the late 1990s. I'm pretty sure that I got it for free from my local bottle shop, Crown of the Hill Cellars, Forestville. Shout out, it's first choice these days. Pretty sure I got it for free with a 6-pack of Cascade Premium, so seemed appropriate. All right, what have we got? We'll get the rest out in a minute. A little bit darker than I was expecting. You can see I haven't used the glass in a while. That's terrible. Apologies for that. All right, bit of condensation, but look, it's pretty clear. It's not crystal clear, not at this point anyway. It's golden in colour. We've got a finger of white head. We'll see if that sticks around. It's dissipating ever so slightly. Let's go in for the aroma. Okay. There's a light malt presence in the aroma. There's a little bit of hop there. It's mostly citrusy. Lemon is what I would say. All right, so let's go in for the taste. Cascade Origin. Cheers. Light to medium in body, more towards the light end of the spectrum. I'd be surprised if it's all malt. I know Cascade do malt their own grain, but yeah, I'd be surprised if there's not a bit of cane sugar in this one as well. It's well carbonated, minimal bitterness. It's quite a dry finish, which also makes me lean towards the assumption that there's cane sugar in it. It's not all malt. The flavour profile similar to the aroma. It's a light malt presence. There is a little bit of hop flavour coming too. It's that citrusy, lemony type note. It's not bad. It's very refreshing. It's clean. It's got a crispness about it. Sessionability at 4.5%. It's highly sessionable. We're getting a little bit of lacing there on the glass, which is nice. The price point. The price point is not good. In the press release from Cascade that I read, the recommended retail price for a case of Cascade Origin, have a little think about what you think it might cost. $90. $90 a case is the recommended retail price. When you compare that to around $60 for Crown, around $60 for Boag's Premium, around $60 still for VB. If you want to go to his new, then you're looking at a little bit cheaper than that. Great Northern, cheaper again. Who's going to fork out $90 for this? You're dreaming. Anyway, what I really need to do actually is you can't get Hahn Premium anymore, unfortunately. They are slightly off topic, but they dropped the ABV on that in the early 2010s as well, changed the name from Hahn Premium to Hahn Pilsner or something similar. And then, of course, that went the same way as Cascade Premium did. Can still get the Crownies and the Boag's Premium though. I did review both of those around 2 years ago. What I would really like to do is do a side-by-side, a blind tasting of the three of them and make a judgment call on which one I think is better. Look, I do really like that bottle, even though it's green. We've got the Cascade Brewery 1824 and Hobart on the back. Boag's, of course, also Tasmanian from Launceston. A rating, one more sip. Look, it's a nice beer. It is a nice beer. I've got to give it that. I'd take it over VB any day of the week. Oh, I'm really torn. For an Australian lager, look, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. The price point is a real sore point for me. If they keep it at that price, I just can't see it lasting. But I'm really glad to see that Cascade has put out another beer. I don't think it's as good as Cascade Premium was. It doesn't have that European German taste to it, but look, it's a good Australian lager. It's very clean and refreshing. It's a a nice change. The availability is not fantastic. I got it from Liquorland, so if you're keen to give it a try, check out Liquorland. It's been a long one. If you made it this far, thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you next time on Hef's Beer Reviews.